Welcome back to the program. Lou and Jackie here, being joined by a very good friend of ours for a long time, and we've known this guy has a special place in his heart for everybody in Iowa, but he is going above and beyond to help out a community that we all remember what happened to. Coming up on a year ago today, Jackie, is when we were talking about the tornado hitting Marshalltown.
Yes, I'm very excited to have Jason Brown joining us in studio with us once again. Kind of music on a mission, with a mission is what we're talking about, Along the Way tour. And you've been going to various communities, hosting concerts and trying to raise money for that community for a specific purpose. So let's talk about Marshalltown, almost a year later, and that town is still rebuilding. Yeah,
the tornado went through, and everyone knows the story, how hard Marshalltown got hit. And then I discovered that there was children in this building in the Veterans Memorial Coliseum. They were having a summer camp there. So when we put these out, we were asking people to turn in or submit if they would like us to come and do a benefit concert. Marshalltown was one that Joel, the mayor, got a hold of us, was telling about this, and the roof, the tornado just ripped the roof off, and there was children in the basement of that Coliseum when the tornado hit.
Because they were at summer camp or something.
Yeah, they had a summer camp there, and so the facilities are used for the youth of Marshalltown. It's like a place for them to go.
A gathering spot, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, and I'm not sure how many other facilities are like that in Marshalltown, but what I've been able to discover or haven't discovered is anything like it. And the neat thing about this is that the renditions or the renderings of how it's going to look when this is done, it's going to be able to facilitate the senior citizens. There's the largest VA hospital in Iowa is up there. I think it's like the third largest in the country.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of veterans up there. There's a lot of senior citizens that's going to use the facility, as well as 2 brand new basketball courts that are going in that the youth can come in. So it's going to be different generations, you know, kind of intertwining, being together, and that's what I love about this. And just Marshalltown just rebuilding again.
Yeah, this is a hub for Marshalltown for a lot of activities. But it sounds like the thing that really stood out to you is you found out that when the tornado hit that particular facility, it tore the roof off, as we mentioned, but there were kids underneath, as you mentioned, and that kind of struck a place in your heart, didn't it?
It did, because, you know, I have children, and when Jen was telling me about her worker going upstairs, and then just like, she's like, who turned the lights on? And literally there was no roof. I mean, it was just gone. And the kids, the parents had to park 3 blocks away. And so I just can't imagine being a parent running to the Veterans Memorial Coliseum, knowing that your children are in there. And I mean, I can't imagine what they thought when they seen the roof just gone. I mean, trees down, debris. It just kind of gives you the heebie-jeebies, you know. So it's just things like that. But Marshalltown is rebuilding. We were up there not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, speaking with a donor that gave a pretty good check towards this. And the houses, I mean, they're still rebuilding. I mean, you can tell a tornado went through there. They got hit hard. And so the businesses, you know, the houses are there. There's nobody up there that's like homeless. They're safe. Everything's been done there. Now they're focusing on the infrastructure of the businesses. So, you know, Joel's main concern, the mayor, was getting people safe. And then now they're starting to work on the businesses. And of course, now one of the things is, where do our youth and where do our senior citizens go? They've got to keep moving forward, and the Veterans Memorial Coliseum is the target for that.
Absolutely. We're very blessed to have a sturdy structure, so all the kids and staff that were in the basement were completely safe and able to walk out of there fine. But we lost the building, essentially, when you ripped it apart like that. So we're all coming together now that people are getting back in their homes and still working on that. We want to come together one night and let's rebuild the Coliseum.
Yeah, and rebuild Marshalltown. I mean, the Coliseum is basically the focal point on this. They need $1.3 million to do it, and I believe we're going to reach it. They've already raised over $800,000 for this,
which is amazing.
So we're not too far from this. And you know, there's going to be a small carnival. There's going to be food trucks. I mean, this is like the Iowa State Fair or County Fair all wrapped up into one day, celebrating the rebuilding of Marshalltown. And the rebuilding of the Veterans Memorial Coliseum. So it's a day to celebrate as well. I mean, they're Marshalltown strong is what they say up there. And to be a very small part of this and bringing everybody together for this is what it's all about, you know.
And we're looking at a heck of a lineup here too, all
Yeah.
afternoon and evening festivities here. Neil Hewitt going to be performing, and then you're going to take stage about 7 o'clock, and then Exit 185, who we just had over at Zubra recently,
people.
and will be here next week. They'll be
Awesome.
performing on this show next week for another event that they have coming up. So again, very, very talented people raising a lot of money. Now we're talking a lot of money, Jason. We're talking more than $1 million, aren't we?
We are, which to me, when we first started talking about this, you know, we're looking for projects at small towns, maybe 200,000, you know, or something, and that's the goal of along the way. It's to go to these towns and help find things or projects that might be a little larger for the town. And it's not me, it's all the volunteers. I mean, the volunteers and the way these people in Marshalltown have come together, and the people in Radcliffe and the people in Humboldt. It's amazing to watch the communities come together. It's amazing to just be a very small part of that, as we've talked about before, and I won't keep pounding that into the ground, but it's just amazing to see people come together, and that's what it's all about, because it's not just me, it's them, and what we're doing along the way is actually going to make a difference for generations to come, and that's kind of one of the things we look for. How does it affect the community today, and how's it going to affect the community for generations to come? What's going to be the value of that? And the Veterans Memorial Coliseum is the biggest one that we're trying to tackle, and I believe we're going to do it just not because of what we're doing, but because everybody in Marshalltown and the people of Iowa, you know, believe in helping people grow and rebuild. And, you know, just go to Marshalltown, visit, go eat there, go stay there, even if beyond or before this show. I mean, just go and support a town that needs the help.
This could be a nice time, as you mentioned, go there for the event and stay there overnight.
Yeah, I'd love to see them there Saturday.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what it's all about. Tickets are $15. It's a kid-friendly show, as always, at my concerts. And like you said, we're going to do the show, and then Exit 185 is going to be doing an after party on another stage. So it's just going to be a great time for a great reason.
Yeah, you're giving everyone a purpose. Now we need all the people to show up and support. So that is happening this Saturday. We know it's kind of an active weekend anyway, but so why not head over to Marshalltown for lots of family-friendly festivities. Alongthewaytour.com is where you can go for more details. Can they also get tickets there, or do they just need to show up?
They can get tickets there. They can get tickets at primeseats.com, and they can go to Jason Brown Country's Facebook page to see what's going on and what's about.
Okay, you mentioned more than $1 million. $1.35 million. That's the goal.
Yeah.
But I love that we're already $800,000 in. I mean, that's doable.
I know we are, but you know, I'm a good old country boy from Pell. That's a lot of money to me still, you know. So, and I mean, how awesome! I mean, we hit it. It's going to be a great Sunday saying we did it. So.
Now, if there's some people that might be watching right now, maybe there's some organizations that are out there. You said you had a big donor make some a big donation recently.
We did.
What if somebody else wants to come over and say, you know, I want to throw some money at this and try to help you guys achieve your goals? Because there's some pretty decent-sized corporations that are in that area that rely on Marshalltown for their livelihood.
There are, and you know, Carl Moyer and Pitt.
Oh, no question, yeah.
They were the first ones to step up right after this happened, like the day after, and out of their own funds, not Carl's, but their own, the Moyers donated $25,000.
Did they really?
Yeah. So
wait, you want to know something?
amazing.
That doesn't surprise me.
No, me neither.
That
And
doesn't surprise me.
they're also given to this, and Harrison Truck Centers and Casey's and Extreme, you know, MediaCom. They've stepped up. They're allowing us to do this, and it takes money. A lot of people are doing this for pro bono. I'm doing it pro bono, and the band, a lot of those guys are doing it. I mean, everybody's doing as much as they can, and so it takes those corporate sponsors to reach this, and it takes the public cooperation and their money to do this. So if anybody wants to donate money, I would say just get a hold of the city of Marshalltown and say, hey, we want to give, because then it's there. We're out of the middle. You know, we're doing our show. That's all we're doing is trying to be that conduit of bringing awareness of the situation that needs help.
Now, where is this event going to be happening in relation to where the building is?
It's right in front of it.
It's right in front of the building.
Smack dab in front.
So you're going to be able to see where the funds are going to.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You're going to see
And
it.
really quickly, I know Marshalltown, but I don't necessarily know where the Coliseum is. How can I get there to
It's
come
down
see
on
you?
State Street. It's downtown.
Okay.
Downtown.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really familiar with Marshalltown either, so the first time I went, but I'm just, even if you go up there, when you go up there and you go to the show or whatever, I mean, you go downtown, you really believe, you're like, man, it looks like yesterday. I mean, the trees are just cut off. I mean,
you can still feel the effects from a year ago.
I mean, it's kind of weird. I mean, it's it's neat. It's just going to be cool to be down there and doing a show in front of the Veterans Memorial Coliseum. And yeah, although money is going to it, I think the biggest thing to keep in mind is the generations and the senior citizens that are going to be using it, and the youth. The need for things like this for the youth in any town right now is huge.
Huge.
Community centers are falling apart. I mean, it just seems like we need to get back to that, in my opinion. Because if we're not focusing on how to keep the youth busy and engaged with our community, then what's the use of them wanting to be here when they get older?
There you go. You're a good man, Jason
Great
Brown.
job,
Thank
Jason.
you
It
so
ain't
much
me,
for
man.
everything you're doing. It's
I was
you leading
raised-
the way so that all of us can come together and make a difference in all these communities. So
That's
thank
exactly
you very much.
right. You
there
nailed
you
it.
go. All right. Along the Way Tour. Check him out online. Check out Jason Brown Music as well. He's doing some pretty amazing things. You're watching